To start out here, the adaptability, our grounding, the tulip tree, being able to adjust in our lives, in our relationships for the highest good. We have this paired with Jera, and Jera has to do with receiving the results or the rewards from everything that you've done. So everything that you've done, getting your karmic returns, whatever your karmic returns are, they come back to you. And it's the end of a cycle, an end of a pattern, and it's that harvest time. So whatever, however you have put in to your harvest, you're now receiving back. So there's this adaptability with your, based on your returns, how you're going to relate to different people or relate to your life. You do have a lot of shifts and changes here. This does seem a time for transformation. It says the transforming power of time. And this is transformation here with heartbreak, integrating the good and the bad, and understanding this heartbreak and understanding how human mysteries. This is the Bhatia Arcana has to do with the human mysteries and what things that we can't really see, why things happen the way they happen, why, bad things happen to good people, and how you think the world is one way and how it can go another way. And then we have this, again, combined with rune, Iwas, which has to do with enlightenment, again, which is the integration of the negative, understanding the negative with the positive, how negative things can also be positive in the grand scheme of things. Just like all your relations, when you look just one-on-one with this tunnel vision, you can get very skewed. But when you look at the complexity of, the one and all, you get a clearer vision. Just like if you see, one incident, maybe it might not look good, but when you see the grand scheme of things, it's actually always positive. Things always work in our favor. So this does have to do with a sense of purpose here, an understanding, of why things happen. A sense of purpose, a sense of motivation, and having an understanding of driving forces and motivations. And it also has to do with defense and protection. So it's strength and dependability, trustworthiness. So this is like a solid, represents something very solid coming in your enlightenment, or in your understanding where the good and the bad, they work together for you. And then we move into Little Red Amore, which is great change. Like, this is, you have to change your life for something. Your whole life changes now because of something that you love. It's like that fire under your butt. You understand that you have to include something new that comes into your life. There's no way that you can live your life without including this, or something changes the course of your life forever, where this is significant enough to change maybe change the definition of your life, or change the purpose or the meaning, or it could even change the course of it. So there's this change. It's the Kundalini. It also can be, just quick, spontaneous decisions to do certain things because of something that happens. It's like that survival. Like what do we need? What do we go with, and what do we have to do to be with what is essential to us? And then we have the rune that has to do with separations, and a kind of standstill, challenges, frustrations, kind of blocks to things, but understanding that we need to separate. This is the line that divides, and something, if we are meant to include it and incorporate it into our lives, we change our lives, and then other things fall away. So this is about the changes in our lives require some type of line, some type of boundary, some type of division. And then we move into something that's escalating. And this one I drew some clarifying cards on as well. And we have Kung, which has to do with hunter-gatherer lifestyle and of the Bushmen, and really being flexible. And actually, this is flexibility, adaptability to certain situations. They don't plan things. They don't have a set social structure. They don't have set laws, set calendars with plans. Everything is spontaneous. So as something happens, that's when they shift and change. So sometimes they're by themselves. Sometimes they're with a partner. Sometimes they're with a group. Sometimes their group meets up with a larger group. So there's always this shifting and changing in this movement, and this dynamic balance between self and other, and also a balance between within themselves with the universe, because they have these ropes to God. So they have this strong spiritual connection to things. So and this is also about efficiency, because the hunter-gatherer is extremely efficient with energy. They receive the most calories for the least amount of work. So this is just talking about really being efficient with things and being flexible, and not planning, but being able to be able to adapt to any situation at any point in time. And in that spontaneity, being able to organize really quickly. So we have this escalation that I almost want to say there's something that needs to, you're going to have to respond to something that is escalating here. But you have this ability to know when to fight and know when to just stand your ground. There's a time when you need to take action, and there's a time when it's better no action, but you always need to stand your ground. So Axis Mundi was very appropriate with his fighting. Any rooster or any animal that would cause a problem, he would sit there and stand his ground for a while until they would initiate, and then he would rise to the occasion. So he was always, again, it's that delicate balance between action and non-action. He never took action unless he had to, but he absolutely was able to rise to the occasion. So then we have this rune in reverse here, which has to do with the home and the family. And in reverse, it has to do with feeling out of control, being deceived, anxiety, problems with family, and kind of being stuck, feeling stuck, and kind of also being confused about who and what. Just kind of being confused about people's projections or where things are coming from. Maybe even confused with your own emotions or your own, what's going on. It's hard to see. And so there is this working out of these problems here, because things are escalating, and then you're very responsive here to everything, and know your limits and your boundaries, but also knowing that your calling and your needs. And you have this spontaneity here and this kind of complex equilibrium with a complex balance act with many people, and how to have right relations. We have this right relations here, being able to adapt to your relationships and be appropriately close or appropriately distant with the people that you either go with or don't go with, and doing this for the highest good. My cat's just knocking everything out there. So, anyway, looking at this, it seems like, there is this big change, this big, shift and change in your life where you are really coming to terms and accepting, the way things have gone, or what, the bad that has happened, and are integrating it, and then, finding something that really gives yourself meaning and purpose, and kind of taking a new direction in life and breaking away from some old things. And then again, this is situations with family or with people close to you where things are just kind of chaotic and out of control, and you have some anxiety, and there's deceit and manipulation. There's just some drama, something's going on here. And if things do climax, and you do find your way in how to relate to these people, and what's truly best for you is truly best for everyone. And then our overall healing card, what is getting better, is Melba, and this has to do with love coming back, love returning, and it's the feeling of being whole and being complete and being happy and content. And there's many different forms of love, so this can be any different form of love. But when you're not in your environment, when you're not around the people that you're meant to be around, we start to wilt. And then when you're in the right group of people and you're around the people you're meant to be around, you thrive. So this has to do... Okay, you guys, sorry about that. My cat ended up knocking over the camera too. But anyway, as I was saying, this sense of belonging, and then when you're in the right group of people, you thrive, and your personality is different, and everything's different when you're around who you're meant to be around, and working with those that are meant to be in your life. So you're in the right environment for you, in a environment that is validating. It honors and respects the truth of your experience. So we have this actually paired with Kiwas in reverse. So this has to do with being stuck again, like stuck in your mind, or stuck in your creativity, injustice, conflict, competition, even being, victimhood, being, failing in competition and war and conflict, and difficulty talking, and, kind of your passion just kind of falling away. You're just seeing that there's something that just is not working here. There's a lot of problems with this situation. And her story was that somebody had bought her, and I really loved this chicken, and she really was happy with us, and she went to this other home, and she was a really mean chicken, and wasn't friendly anymore, and just mean to everybody, and did her own thing. And they gave her back to me because she wasn't that friendly chicken that they really wanted. She had a total character change when she went into this other flock of chickens. And then again, when she was brought back to me, she went right back to her normal personality, and she was like really happy and loving with the other chickens and loving with people. I mean, just totally different chicken. Nothing the same between her character in my flock and the other flock. So it has to do with, knowing where you really belong. And if there is major competition and conflict and inability inability to communicate, or, you know, just being blocked and stuck with everything, not being able to move or do what you want to, it's just not the right environment. And there are environments that you can move to and really thrive. So, this is about having the environment around you all of a sudden become supportive again, you know, being taken out of your element and then getting back into your element. And then our overall message card here, is Cinnabrite. And this is the, quickest refractive power. So it's the quickest, shift and change that can happen that causes an adjustment. And it's also an elixir for immortality. It's a type of liquid mercury or a type of mercury, and it could potentially kill a person, or in small doses, it's the elixir for immortality. It makes them stronger. So this talks about major shifts and changes in life that happen rapidly, causing an adjustment. And what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. You learn and you grow. And again, we have a rune in reverse here, which has to do with danger and betrayal and evil, just really bad, bad stuff, betrayal and manipulation, hate, lies, jealousy, this negative stuff that is now the overall message is this is shifting and changing. And what didn't kill you makes you stronger. You're gonna zero factor the life that you're experiencing right now and come into a new place in your life and a new situation where this stuff just is not happening anymore.